Hello, Leo. I'm going to use the teeny tiny steampunk deck today. Bring out the old NRG. Whoa! A whole bunch of cards just got flipped to me. Whoa. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, there's quite a few substantial cards in here, so I can't just ignore what just happened. Okay. No, I cannot, apparently. Okay, so first one down, we got the little teeny tiny King of Pentacles. Aren't these cards so cute? I gotta get them in bigger version. I just can't find them. There's Death. There's the old Four of Cups. Then we got the World, which is why I was like, okay, I gotta take these. Because like Death and the World, that's like transition. And then look what it transitions to. Dun 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 dun. Temperance. And then to Judgment. Okay. The old Judgment call. And then I believe that's the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. Then we got the Four of Wands. Then we've got the Three of Cups. And then the Six of Wands. And the Hierophant. Like, I just can't deny these cards. Like, I always say a card laid is a card played. Like, I can't, and usually never do, put cards away that come flying out. So that's how my decks know to speak to me. So if I change the code now, I'm gonna fuck everything up. Actually, that's so dark. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go with the storyline that I just heard in my head. So this King of Pentacles, okay, I've noticed, you wouldn't notice because you're not looking at them, but this guy, okay, he appears in the next two cards, okay? So Death is creeping on him here, and then he's just sitting there in the library all by himself. Or in his office or somewhere, okay? He's just sitting somewhere all by himself. And as you notice, there's this cup. See that cup? So he's got three in front of him, and he's like, yeah, I got three in front of me, blah, blah, blah. But he's not considering what's over here, this cup over here, okay? He's not seeing it because he's too wham right now, okay? Things aren't going my way. I'm sad, okay? And Death transforms him. Okay, it's like as soon as he realizes what he's doing, and like change the sex if you have to. He's just coming through as a man because clearly this is like a storyline, okay? So he's like, wham, my life's not going my way. And then Death kills that. It's almost like, you know, you watch something or you see something or you experience something and you change kind of in that moment. That's what Death wanted to do, was to get you out of this funk, okay? Because the thing is, if you start going down a very dark path like that, you might not make it for very long, especially if you substance abuse. Right? It's just like an easy door to open and let all your demons in, okay? And demons got to stay on the other side of the door, okay? They're not allowed to come in. You're the one that invites them in. They're like vampires. Once you give the red flag or green light, okay, yeah, green light to go, they just come right on in. Okay? What are you doing? Touching my hands. Okay. So, and that's, it's almost like death, it's almost like change makes the judgment call for this person to be like, yo, you gotta get out of this funk. Like, you have to make a judgment call. Like, you're not as depressed as what you're making it seem to be. You're the one that's putting you in that position. Because that's the thing. It's like, if you suffer from depression, or if you suffer from, like, you know, kind of dark thoughts, then you're the one that has to get you out of that. Okay, a pill's not gonna do it. A bottle sure as fuck ain't gonna do it. Okay, even weed sometimes it's not gonna do it. You're the one that has to physically pull yourself out of it. Okay, and that's what completes it, is knowing that you have the power. Okay, and that if you are going down a slippery slope. Okay, now I'm getting, oh my gosh, I'm getting Jelly Roll's Same Asshole. Okay, great song, you should listen to it. Because it's literally like, man, you could be a patron saint of all saints, but you did one thing bad. One thing in your past bad. And people are going to stare at that one thing. Right? And then that turns you back into that asshole that you just tried to change out of, right? It's because if you let people control you, that's what ends up happening, right? It's like you can change your whole life and then go back into society, and one person says something to you and you go right back to the same old shit, right? Because you're the one that has to stay in the new. You're the one that has to create your universe. And who cares if somebody says something about you? As long as you know that it's not right, as long as you know that you've changed, as long as you know who you are, then really it's like, if you let that person control you, then you haven't learned anything yet. Okay? So it's like because something is like available to this person, but because they can't see it, because they're not looking at it, because they're choosing to look in the direction of everything that they have, not everything that it's almost like they're choosing to look in a direction of like things that they already have, and they're like, this isn't good enough. Like, I need more. But the thing is that there is more there, but until you recognize what's around you, until you see it, it's not going to get given to you. Okay? So then that's where temperance steps in. Okay? Because I think you are going to step into like clarity. Okay? Like you can go to the top of a mountain and save somebody clarity almost, right? Like, because you have to realize that you're the one that stunts your growth if you believe the bullshit that's being told to you. Because, like, let's face it, you could be schizophrenic. You could hear really fucked up things in your head, and you could think it's you, and it's not you. It's something else saying really awful things to you. And if that's the case, that's the thing that's controlling you. Okay, and that's where you have to switch that voice around to when it says you're not working hard enough, or you need to get out of bed, you don't deserve rest, you've got to get up like everybody else. That's where you got to kind of like hear that voice and be like, I'm going to stay in bed now for 20 minutes longer just because you said that, right? I am going to go and dick around all day and call in sick to work because you just told me I had to work harder. Right? It's like it's almost like, I mean, hypothetically speaking, right? I really hope you don't call in sick for work when you're not actually sick. But it's like defeating that voice. It's because it's just a voice, right? If they say you're going to drive today and you're going to get into an accident, then you could say, well, if you get me into an accident, it's your fucking fault, right? It's like, start talking against it. Because it also could be you that's still used to bullying you. Because that's another thing, is like, we tend to like bully ourselves a lot and we don't even know we're doing it. Okay? So it's almost like learning the truth. You have to learn the truth behind what's being said to you or what you've heard, because that's what trips you up into turning into the person that you used to be. When you know you've changed, keep that change going. Okay? And that's what balances you. I think that's what the whole temperance thing is about. And it's balancing your fire. Don't let people control you. Okay? Even yourself in the shittiest position. Don't let it control you. Get out of your head. Maybe that's the thing, is like, I have to learn that too. You know, I have to get out of my head, because my head is my comfort zone. My head is the place where I can be alone and be in a crowd full of people. But I'm in me, so I'm okay, right? Because I'm in here. But once you get in there, you have to realize you don't protect that space, that anybody can walk in and start filling you with bullshit. Right? And then that's where you start hearing awful things that maybe you think you're saying to yourself and you're not. Or people are, you know, you could also be telepathic, whereas like you could hear other people's thoughts when they say things about you. And then you can like literally hear it and you're like, the fuck? Like, I know someone's talking about me. And then you find out like someone's looking right at you and it's like, okay, what are you saying about me? Because like I can fucking hear you. Like, you gotta maybe understand that you could be a little bit more precious than you think you are. Why precious? I was gonna say you might be a little bit more open than what you think. And that's just like, you could have just recently opened up your third eye, and you don't realize that now that you've opened up your third eye, other people can see through your third eye now. So you got to protect it. You got to protect yourself. You have to protect your aura. You have to protect your eyes. You have to protect things, because if people can see, sometimes they start to manipulate. Okay? So now we've got this 3 of Cups. So cute. 3 ladies hanging out, all very different, yet all alike. And that's the 4 of Wands. That's where the celebration is maybe knowing that you're not so different from everybody. All right? Like, whatever you think is setting you apart, you have to balance that out. Because I think that there's a lot more friendly activity and people around you than what you think. Right? And I think that there are friends around you, and I think you just haven't seen them yet. You haven't discovered them yet. Which means something might just bring you together. You know, like some wine and some crystal balling. There's some tarot cards on the table. There's a scroll. Like, they're definitely hanging out, okay? I mean, rather close, might I add. But there are things on the table that each person brought, right? And those are the things that make the party come alive. So it's like, you have an ingredient, okay, to be like very successful in something that's coming up. Okay? All the signs point to this is victory. Okay, which is exactly the next card that I'm going to be led into, is the 6 of Wands. There's people that want to move with you. There are people that will stand up with you. There are people that believe in you. And you might... Last card is the Hierophant, but it's also the Hierophant with the 6 of Wands. Yeah. So I'm like learning... You might be learning... You might be, I don't know, going back to school? You just keep falling in front of me. Give me this Hierophant, please. For the collective. Thank you. Chariot on the bottom. So movement forward, okay, with the High Priestess. Now, you got to understand, your High Priestess inside of you, that knowing, okay? Great movie too, by the way. Nicolas Cage. Stephen Cage. Nicolas Cage. Knowing. Is that you might see something coming, okay? The thing is that whatever it is, I got to take this in reverse because it's with the Knight of Cups. So that's a Three of Swords. I'm not really taking too many cards in reverse unless I know for sure that, that's not supposed to be upright. It's like something, this next part, something is not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt your heart. Okay? It's actually quite something that is, like, sexy? I'm sexy and I know it. What? Ooh, the moon. I saw the moon shuffling. Something is hiding in the shadows. Something lurks in the shadows. And it might not let me know what is going on. Although I'm pretty sure I know what's going on. And I am not gonna lie to myself about this. Oh, wow. Okay, the cards were kind of cut. And look at that. 10 of Cups right there. With the Devil. And the Sun. So I definitely think that somebody is hiding. And, maybe that's you. You're just hiding yourself right now because you're still battling the demon inside, because there is a devil here. So there is something that is controlling somebody. Okay. We also have Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Taurus, and Capricorn. That just stepped into the reading. So a lot of signs here, zodiac signs that is. So that kind of makes me think that a lot of people might relate to this. But really it's like there's happiness, okay, past the turmoil. So whatever is going on, it's going to pass. As long as you take the call. Which is like, as long as you listen to yourself and get yourself out of this funk that you've created around you, right? And think of it this way. It was only a funk because you were holding space for something. And it's like sometimes if something's not ready, especially if somebody's not ready for you, then the world is like, okay, well, this person's not ready yet, so we're just going to start critiquing you and we're going to make you better. And then you're like, oh, okay. Because, maybe you are thinking that a relationship is going to change you and make you happy or something. And it's like the world's like, no, like it's going to add happiness to your life, especially if you've been single for a while. But you have to learn that a relationship is not going to necessarily change how you feel about yourself, right? So you have to change that dynamic of yourself along with starting a relationship. Here's the cops every day. Um, so it's like, I just saw 2002, so that's mirroring. So I kind of feel like two people are mirroring each other. Like this is for two people, that two people are, grounded and put together, but they need to change when they get sad. They need to learn how to keep themselves happy because life is a balancing act and it can be an emotional balancing act. And you've got to learn how to keep your boat floating and not sink and expect people to come and save you all the time. You have to learn how to swim. You have to learn how to save yourself. So then you don't put added pressure onto a relationship because you can't emotionally handle yourself. Because maybe it's going to be a tricky relationship. Okay, maybe you got a tricky relationship coming in. We've got a little bit more time to ask about this. Let's do pot tarot. And, maybe somebody's like going to be far away or something. Tell me a little bit about the future. Yeah, there's the King of Joys right there. I friggin' knew it. He's not just looking at the weed, he's smoking it. Whoa. And quite a bit of it. Okay, so it seems like somebody is learning how to do a lot of things. Wheel of Fortune and the World. Look at. Okay, so two people are definitely. Oh my gosh, look at. Fucking Six of Pentacles and then the Nine of Wands. Emperor. With the Seven of Wands. Oh my god, defending something like a motherfucker. And not just dreaming about it anymore. Okay, so there's definitely a king here. Okay, there he is again. King of Cups. He's not fully in his emotions right now, so we can't talk about that. But what we can do is know that somebody is a king for sure here, okay? And they are finding peace in their life as an emperor, okay? And they're learning how to do a lot of things, like smoke weed from a fucking apple, okay? Like, thinking outside the box, okay, which would be the Page of Swords. Also think that there is a Page of Swords and a Knight of Swords. This person, okay, could be watching the other person, okay? Or they're learning something, right? Learning how to do a lot of shit, okay? And they're like, I almost think kind of like at a crossroads, okay? But this is also the Knight of Wands. So it's like this person could be kind of like crossed right now in some way, and they're about to bring two things together, right? And they're learning that right now. They're learning on what gives them peace, right? Because they're in their life. They're currently living in their life, okay? But they want to stand up for something, okay? And I think they're learning what to stand up for. And that's why their world is turning, okay? Wheel of Fortune. Their world is turning as we are speaking. Oh my gosh, my stomach just started rumbling. And my stomach is turning. So, this person is definitely changing, okay? They're coming to an end and they're realizing unity, okay? I feel like this person wants unity. And then that's the balance because they know that you two are balanced together. Like, that's what the world needs to know. And, like, it could just be your souls bringing you together. Okay, and then who's the other person, please? Okay, so this other person is definitely dreaming of you. Okay. Whew. I'm getting a Radiohead song in my head right now. I don't know if that's going to go away. Okay, so someone's dreaming of somebody. Okay? And look at lovers in a Two people coming together. That's two weeds coming together. Two strains coming together. Okay. This person is growing. Okay. They're growing right now. They're growing their money. They're expanding. Okay. They're not coming up as a king, so maybe this is the feminine energy. They're growing their money and they're really trying to save. Okay. They're almost like this kind of person has to save for a rainy day. Okay. They don't just have a lot of money. So, but they've got a lot of sexiness or love or something. I don't know. But they're even dreaming of this person. Yeah, this person's really like down to earth, very bendy. I don't know what the fuck that means. Maybe like an oak tree, you know, willing to bend. They're not stiff as a board. Okay. And then they're like they're I don't know, waiting. They're working on something. They're definitely working on something, okay? I think they're just working, and to be honest. I think this person is just work. So, but they're having, like, I just heard passionate dreams about you. Or passionate dreams about this person. So, maybe this person's from your past. Like, maybe you know them and they're just waiting to come back. Okay, they had a lot of balancing to do. And a lot of spying to do from the looks of it. I don't know, maybe this person's like watching you. That's what I'm getting with this king. They're watching you. They're like learning something from you. Like I don't think it's a creepy watch. I think it's like, I don't know, maybe you have Instagram or something and they're just like, you know, they just keep an eye on you. This little bird just landed and is staring at me. Like, I mean, how innocent is that? What am I going to be like, okay, this bird's stalking me, get away from my window? No. I have a very magical tree right there. I get to see a lot of wildlife just living life in that thing because this whole side of it's like all the branches are gone, so it's like I get to see into the tree, and it was pretty cool. A lot of things show up and they just like stand right in front of me. I know they can see me because they stare at me, but doesn't like no that okay. That's what I'm getting. No, this person's not stalking you. And I mean, Gemini showed up as well, so there is a lot of signs here. Plus, I want to say Aries as well. So like somebody had to like they're gonna get everything they wish for. Okay, you're going to get everything you wish for. Once this person decides to say something to you. Because you are growing, like you're working, somebody's working their ass off. And they don't really have a whole lot of time. So, that's what I'm picking up. That is what I'm picking up on those two motherfuckers. That from the looks of it, are going to be hanging 10 real soon. So get this bugaboo, awful energy away from you. All right. And like maybe that's what it is. It's like maybe somebody just works too much and it's like, oh, there's another king. King of Buds. Man, this king has got the money you need from the looks of it. Like maybe this person is just like, they just work their ass off and they don't, maybe that's why they're dreaming about them because they can't, you know, they're not thinking about them the way that this other person is thinking about them. They're just trying to grow their little empire while this king is changing his perspective on a few things. And he's going to take a huge judgment call that says you might, like maybe that's what it is. Like maybe you're going to become friends with this person first. Okay. And that's what works is by being friends with them. Maybe they're not used to having friends, or maybe they're just used to like sleeping around or something. Maybe this king's used to sleeping around. Maybe he's like a Nicolas Cage. Remember I brought him up in the beginning? He like lost a lot of money to like hookers. I think, and drugs. You know, maybe this guy is just getting escorts all the time. You know, fine dining escorts like Mad Child. Okay, Mad Child used to do that shit all the time. Daniel Johns does it too, whatever. Maybe this guy's paying to play with things right now because he's sad and he's got to give that up. And he's got to become friends with somebody. He doesn't know that that's the answer, is to become friends with something, be friendly with something. And by learning about them, that's the key. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe someone's going to like befriend you that's around you that you know, okay? And the whole trick of the game is to become friends with them. And maybe this king doesn't realize that. He doesn't know what it's like to have a true friendship with the opposite sex. No strings attached, just fun. You know, two people having fun, because somebody gets everything that they wish for. And I believe it's both people end up with everything they wish for. So that's kind of a weird reading, but I like it. People on the channel don't tend to watch these types of readings too much. They like the death, incarceration, impersonation kind of readings. So whoever watches this, I wouldn't be surprised if it is directly for you and it only has 5 views. Because like I said, my channel does not like lovey-dovey videos. Even though this isn't lovey-dovey, but it kind, you know, it ends with some type of like friendship or something like that. So I don't know, man. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm Whitney Moon. I can't do that with this side. I'm paralyzed because I had surgery, so I can't west side like I need to on demand. I gotta figure out a way to do it. Yeah, no, that's not right either, right? Wow, I'll figure it out. Anyways, I just feel like an idiot now. Peace.